Most business owners are exhausted because they're trying to solve 100 problems for 100 different people. That variety is actually a trap that creates immense chaos for no reason. Today, I'm showing you why taking a small part of the market is so much better and saves you so much more time, money, and makes everything work so much better and makes your whole business deliver so much more value and deliver way higher quality. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. My name is Manny. I run a web design business and I play Minecraft and talk about business and talk about what you can do to kind of make your business better. I hope I haven't ruined everything by sticking my AirPods in mid-recording, but I'm just going to go with it. So, niching down. It's an amazing thing to do, and honestly, something that I haven't really done yet. I haven't done yet in my business, which is crazy. But I'm going to talk about it today because I'm looking to do it, and so it's on the top of my mind, type of thing, if you get me. So, first things first. Don't pick a niche to be different. That's not the idea. So a lot of people will tell you to niche down, and you kind of won't get it. You think it will be to be different. It will be to differentiate. It is to differentiate. That's really helpful in the customer's mind from a marketing point of view. So take that into consideration when you choose what niche you're serving. But ultimately, you don't want to serve a niche just to be different. You want to serve a niche. Poisonous potato. Don't want that. What makes potato poisonous, do you reckon? I don't know. Got some good beetroots there. So yeah, it's this episode is not about differentiation. Okay, that's a marketing thing, or at least it's helpful in marketing. It is important, and has its own merits, but that's not what we're kind of talking about today. The bigger thing is that, especially with simpler service-based businesses like what I'm doing web design, where it's kind of commoditous, and your job as a business owner is to make your business better than your average commodity. Ooh, hello, buddy. But it's still, fairly commoditous if you catch my meaning. So let's get going. Let's stick these in here. Poisonous potato 2. I think that does something. Maybe something to do with villagers. I don't have a clue. We'll need to get villagers eventually. But today we're looking for mangrove again. So we did that all of last episode. We're still looking for it because someone said we needed to build the house out of mangrove. And I'm about making my dreams come true. So we're going to do that. We're going to do that today. We're not at full display. We're not at full brightness. Now we are though. All good. Okay, let's get into it. So I have my notes here on the left. What's this one about? Brand new puzzle. Yeah, okay, so this is great. So every time that you serve a new customer, if you haven't niched down, they're probably going to be a new customer from a new niche, new industry, and they will have new problems. They will have new problems. You won't know how to solve these new problems. You won't actually see the opportunity in the problems you're trying to solve. Because, for example, in a web design business, you might think, I just do web design. I'm just going to build them a problem. I'm just going to build them a site. That's going to solve their problem. You're right, but they're going to have other problems that will lead from that. Or, for example, when you build them the website, what you can do is you can put a contact form. This is what we'll be doing. Put a contact form on the site, and then anyone who puts their contact info into that contact form goes into a lead spreadsheet where they live forever. So you don't just lose the lead, if that makes sense, when they put their info in. Then what can happen is you can have an automated kind of follow-up automation type thing where you message them automatically. It's not you doing it, it's a machine. And remember, we were going to leave the horse, bro. I'm trolling. It's fine. Because we need to do like a bit of boating. Do I have the boat? I do. It's all good. Where was I? Yeah, so you're going to miss problems that you could fix. You're also going to when you find those problems, you're going to fix them slower than had you just picked one niche, because you'll find the problem quicker, you'll understand the problem better because you'll have other clients who had that similar problem, and everything will be better. Yeah. So you'll learn from every failure as opposed to not learning from every failure, which is what will probably happen when you don't niche down. Okay. So because your problems are repetitive, your solutions can be automated or templated. So whether that's automating via employees or an actual automation flow or AI or something like that, or just having templates, you can do all of that stuff earlier, better, quicker, more optimized, etc., etc. Just everything better, everything higher quality, because you just had the one niche, and so you got those reps in needed to understand what you were doing earlier. Have a start at the timer. Yes, I have. Good boy. So that's a really important point. Same kind of point. You can build 10 systems for a level 1 surface area. Instead of having 50 shallow processes, you just have 3 very deep processes, and they're really optimized and they run like clockwork. So that's kind of point number 1 for you guys today. Where am I going? This way. And then, yeah, swamp's over there. Cool. So, chaos versus variety. This is the next point. So a generalist business has to just live in chaos. You're constantly context switching. Oh, hello. And we all know about the problem of switching and how it just cooks your brain. If you try and do 2 tasks at once, if you try and multitask, if you're trying to watch reels while watching a YouTube video, your attention span gets cooked, and very quickly. It's not even long term. You'll just be cooked. You'll be out of the game. So it's reduced mental load. Therefore, you don't have to spend the time context switching. You don't have to spend the time figuring out what the problem is. You don't have to spend that time, because even if you know, hold on, this is a new client, I should figure out this problem. What's their problem? You don't want to be doing that, right? That's mental bandwidth and that's time figuring out the problem. So instead, you can just go down the boring route and have figured out months ago, because you're only doing one niche. And that links into so much of business, where you realize that business is just who can put up with doing this super boring stuff for the longest. And that's kind of a good thing, that it's boring, because it's less sexy, you know. I think that sales for some people is quite sexy. I guess more power to you, but at the same time, I kind of think that, see the evil witch. This is a witch's hut for those who don't know. Or not. Yeah, so they're all clients will have unique hurdles. You'll learn from a lot of clients. You don't have to learn as much as you would be from having a diverse amount of clients, if that makes sense. That witch has a black cat, and I kind of want to get it because I have a black cat in real life, and I could call the black cat my cat's name. My cat's name is Truffle. Truffle's a legend of the game. She's got some white whiskers right now. She was in my room all day, but she's not anymore. Anyway, predictability. So chaos comes from the unknown. So that chaos is coming from you not knowing, right? So it's about things being predictable, and when things are predictable, you can see things in advance, and I feel like that's what professionalism is, you know? It's understanding things on kind of that overly deep level sort of idea. So yeah, there's a second section to this swamp. So I'm going through the swamp because I know that mangrove apparently is in swampy areas. Look how far the swamp goes, gang. I won't know a mangrove area when I see it, by the way. And whoever said to go get mangrove wood, you're really weird, by the way. You're super weird. I'm going to be running for days. But it's fine. It's worth it. It's worth it. I want to get a mangrove tree. So, next one. Higher quality for lower cost. This is leverage to a T, bro. Getting more for less, quite simply. And getting, like, echelons more for levels less. You see what I'm saying? Not a question. I think they've added like themed zombies, by the way. And I know I've seen a special swamp zombie. I wonder if it makes you like slowed or something. I'm also interested. I haven't seen a slime yet, but it's good that we live by some slimes because slime chunks are so in Minecraft there are like slime chunks. So it's chunks that slimes spawn in. And these are either like predestined chunks that happen when you launch in the game and can't be moved, or it's like to do with, or maybe you can make a slime chunk, I don't know. But I know that's where slimes spawn, which I think is pretty cool, because imagine they just spawn like anywhere, that would be kind of weird. Actually on super flat, whoa, look at that tree in the distance. Alright, moving on. Higher quality to lower cost. This is the most counterintuitive part, as I'm saying. They think smaller market means less clients. Oh no, I'm going to get less clients. I think when you're figuring more general stuff out, it's good to just get some clients because you want to deliver a good service. But that's at the very, very start. And if you're good at business, I feel like maybe you can even skip that. You just got to niche down early. If you can kind of predict what's gonna come, then you don't need to do that. But if you're a very beginner, I don't think this matters too much, like niching down in the very, very beginning. We've got some frog gang. So there's a little birch action going on. Maybe we should chop some trees down and get some birch stuff. That could be good. I don't know where to start. I've been listening to Hosier today. Hosier is so good. Such a good musician, I feel like. Such a good artist. Makes some very soulful and deep tunes. And he's only released 3 albums over the last 10 years. But he's got like 46 million monthly listeners. Which is so cool. Like, that people love his stuff. But it's the same with George Ezra, I guess. Like, George Ezra doesn't release loads and loads of music. He makes it good. Anyway. High quality for lower cost. Yeah, so you can find these customers. You just have to be good enough at doing volume and just knowing how to make sure with lead acquisition, getting new leads, getting new clients, how you can do the same amount of volume but with a smaller market, right? That's a problem for you to figure out, and you can figure it out. So figure it out, and you'll be golden. You won't have to worry about, oh, I'm going to have less clients. No, you're not, because you're not going to be able to serve the entire world, right? So that's really important. Let me get this spruce tree as well. Get a little spruce action going. It's getting dark already. How long do we have left? Probably not long. 2.5 minutes. Let's get cooking on these last couple of points. I think this is I try and talk about some very important stuff. It's okay to be a little bit chaotic and for me to just sit on Minecraft if we're talking about quite general things. I think there are better ways to, get my point across, right? But I think this is kind of like a hangout zone and things are more laid back and less. People can ask, like, please make a video on this, please make a video on that. And if you do have any questions, please just let me know about any aspects of business. I've seen a savanna. That's really good. So interestingly, I searched up before this. I was like, that is a savanna tree. So I searched up before this. There's a dark oak forest. Where do mangrove biomes spawn? Not thinking I'd get much, because in OG Minecraft at least, biomes would kind of just spawn wherever. At least that's what I found. But apparently, mangrove. Look, here's a desert. So this is a. Is it a desert or just a beach? Not sure. I think this is just a beach. But you see how there's savanna trees over there? Savannas are hot. These are hot. These are humid. So what we want is hot. And apparently, like, that's where mangrove spawns. Because it's a hot type of biome. I haven't really seen much stone this entire, like, series. It's where we've been. It hasn't been a stony place. This is really interesting. Look, we've got like a tiny, tiny savanna biome. And then it's just water. It's really dark. Okay. I'm going to get going. I don't know what to do, gang. It's all good. There's more swamp this way, so I'll just go around to this side of the swamp and try and see what's on the other side from this perspective. So it's cheaper to run a specialized machine than a multi-tool. You save on training, software, and R&D. I actually don't know what R&D is. I used to know what it is. Apparently I don't anymore. All those moblians, mobbingtons. Mob on the wall. You know, when the frogs were added, I was like, what the hell is this? Because the way they move, right? Their animation is so weird. Don't know what Mojang were thinking. But I don't mind them. They get a pass because they're frogs. You know what I mean? You know what they should add to Minecraft is like this thing that hunts you all the time. No, it would just ruin it. Wolf. Okay, it's looking cold over there. That's not what we want. We want warm. So we're going to go the other way. I might as well go through the dark oak forest. Dark oak? Yeah. So, if you're an expert, you can kind of give a premium. So this goes right down to pricing as well as delivery. You can deliver a premium because you're an expert, because you've niched down. So everything you do for each of your clients is expert level. It's professional, right? Because your quality is higher due to those deep systems, you can charge more, while it actually costs you less to produce those results. Crazy, right? So, it's a no-cost trade-off. It's a win-win. You can charge more, you can charge less because it's less cost to you. But in Minecraft terms, we've got from some AI notes here, it's the difference between trying to build a 1-to-1 scale replica of the entire Earth and failing because it's too broad, versus building a perfectly optimized automatic iron farm. One is impressive, but creates endless work, and the other is specialized. That's a terrible analogy, guys. Let's be real. That's horror. Yeah, I don't endorse that, to be honest. Guys, I don't know where mangrove is. I'm not even gonna lie. You know, when they added the dark oak to the game, so I've been playing Minecraft for 12 years. Like 13 years. When they added this to the game, I thought it would be really scary. And it isn't. And now that they've added the creaking, the pale oak forest, where there's this creaking Donny, and he just like rocks up to your location and chases you around. Now that's actually scary. I need to find him and kill him and see what he gets me out, because I don't know. Alright, that's about everything, guys. I hope that helps. Please let me know if you have any questions, as usual. As always. What's going on in there? Probably a lava pit. Yeah. As always, I'm always interested in answering your questions. Niching down is really important, but you've got to realize, like, with so much of this stuff, yeah, is I'm some guy yapping to you about the importance of this, is that you got to understand that it is important, but it's not urgent. So don't beat yourself up if you haven't done it yet. I haven't done it yet, and it's because logistically I've just been doing other things, and niching down is one of the very next things. I've got this chat going with Claude, where I basically... That Enderman looks like it's moving really fast. I thought it was like attacking something then. That would have been interesting. Yeah, I've got this chat going with Claude where I basically have a document that records everything we do, and Claude just fills it for me. I don't want to do any writing like that. Not because I'm lazy, just because Claude does it better and thinks of things that I haven't thought of. Is that a jungle biome? Wow. So we're a jungle biome. So we're on the right lines because jungles are humid as well. We're looking for mangrove, yeah? That is interesting. It seems to be that this theory that hot biomes next to hot biomes is a thing. Because I remember jungle biomes are so rare. They probably are still rare. Well, anyway, everyone, thank you for watching. You know what will be a trek is trying to find the way back, but I can just never be bothered to like remember or anything. So, thank you very much for watching, guys, and please let me know if you have any questions. What should the house be? It's made out of mangrove wood, but what should it be? And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow.